Hello, good day. I am Lloyd Francis Abusarias and I'm going to give to you the summarization of the Hotel Mumbai incident. The film opens in Mumbai, India on November 26, 2008. A group of 12 young men arrives on a small inflatable raft. Each of them carries a huge backpack and a cell phone with an earpiece. The leader of the group, known as Brother Bull, gives the men instructions. They break off into pairs and get into a taxi, giving different destinations such as the Victoria Terminus, the Leopold Cafe, and the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel. Arjun says goodbye to his little daughter and pregnant wife in a nearby village before heading to work at the Taj. He forgets one of his shoes in his rush. The Taj staff welcomes visitors from all around the world and sets up rooms. Zara, an Iranian-British heiress, her American-born husband David, their young son Cameron, and Cameron's babysitter Sally. Sally are among them. Himmat Oberyo, the head chef, examines the wait personnel in the kitchen. After some argument, he sends Arjun upstairs to obtain an extra pair of shoes from his office, after noticing that he is wearing sandals. On the TV monitor, a breaking news bulletin plays about an attack at the Victoria Terminus. The two terrorists that just shot up the Victoria train station hijack a police car and continue their killing spree. So Cameron feels a little warm, so Sally stays upstairs to wait for a doctor while Zara and David eat supper at the hotel's restaurant. Oberyo instructs the staff to render the couple and Vasily royal treatment. One of the waiters, Sanjay, goes out to purchase some rare cognac. When the Russian man asks it, he nearly gets hit by the taxi carrying two of the terrorists as he makes his way to the business. As the two men get out of the car, he starts to argue with the driver. Tourist Eddie and his girlfriend Bree are watching the conversation inside the Leopold Cafe and find it mildly amusing. So they start paying for their dinner after deciding to proceed to the Taj. A grenade is hurled into the cafe as the waiter is suddenly shot. Once inside, the two men start ruthlessly shooting individuals. With a large crowd of people, Eddie and Bree manage to flee and dash through the streets. News of the attack is starting to reach the hotel. The staff is worried but try to remain calm in front of the guests. Hotel manager Dilip opens the doors, and the people rush inside. Among them are the four of the terrorists, Imran, Abdullah, Hussam, and Rashid. They immediately pull out guns and start massacring everyone inside. Bree and Eddie are separated during the melee, with Bree seemingly killed when she tries to run for the exit. David tries to call Sally, but she's in the shower and doesn't hear the phone ring. Two receptionists that are hiding under the desk manage to call the police and warn a few guests to stay in their rooms. Sally finally answers her phone just as there is knocking at the door. David warns her that there are shooters in the hotel, just as a woman covered in blood runs into the room, followed by the sound of gunshots. Sally grabs Cameron and hides in the bathroom closet while the woman hides in the bathroom. The two men enter the suite and kill the woman. Sally desperately tries to quiet Cameron, who is starting to fuss. They manage to remain undetected and the two men leave. Since the guests can't leave through the emergency exit, Oberoi decides to move the guests trapped in the restaurant up to the chamber's lounge, where they can hopefully hide. He gives the kitchen staff the opportunity to leave now, and while a few do, the majority decides to stay behind and help. The Taj is their home. Arjun successfully leads the guests to the lounge through the service hallway. The stewardess enters the lounge with a few more guests. Among them is a severely wounded Bree. Realizing she needs immediate medical attention, Arjun offers to bring her outside through the back stairway. He uses his pagri to help stop the bleeding. They are met by the two policemen on the stairwell and In confusion, Bree runs through the door and is killed by Imran. Brother Bull gives him orders to start gathering hostages, particularly important-looking people. David and Sally reach the 6th floor only to be confronted by Imran. David manages to shove Sally and Cameron inside a utility closet before he is taken hostage. With no inside handle and her phone dead, she is trapped. Arjun leads the police into the CCTV room and sees many of his employees, including Sanjay, dead. 6 hours later, Zara decides to leave the lounge with Vasily and a few other guests. Despite Ober's warning, as they enter the lobby, the guests are killed while Vasily and Zara are taken hostage. It is now morning and the Indian Special Forces troops have begun to arrive. Abdullah searches through Vasily's pockets and discovers that he is an ex-Spetsnaz Russian operative. The 2 terrorists who hijacked the police car are caught. One is killed and the other is taken into custody. Brother Bull orders the group to begin their final phase, to burn down the hotel. So a guest who has been on the phone with a reporter reveals where they are hiding, and this information is broadcasted on TV. Brother Bull warns the terrorists that the guests are escaping. Imran is told to execute the hostages since none of them are important enough. So he shoots an American couple, David and Vasily, who tries to fight back. Zara tearfully begins reciting Salah, a Muslim prayer. Imran is unable to shoot another Muslim and spares her. The terrorists break down the lounge doors and give chase through the stairwell, shooting a few guests and staff. As they reach the kitchen, the Special Forces troops finally enter the hotel and return fire. Arjun runs outside and tearfully embraces Oberoi as their nightmare seemingly comes to an end. So the closing text reveals that after 3 days, the Indian police killed 11 of the 12 terrorists while capturing 1. So the mastermind of the plan remains at large to this day. Of the 31 people killed at the Taj Hotel, half were staff that stayed behind to help the gasp. On December 21st, 2008, the Taj was reopened and with Herman Ober's help, restored to its former glory to this day. To this day, some of the employees that work at the Taj are survivors of the attack. Hotel Mumbai is a genuinely fantastic film that conveys important lessons for us to internalize as aspiring professionals in the hotel management field. The actions of the workers were commendable because they put themselves in danger to protect others. But they also reveal the operational problems in the hotel that contributed to the catastrophe. So I think that the lack to improve security was one of the clear flaws. In their eagerness to assist, they neglected to verify the credibility and authenticity of those who entered the hotel, not realizing that from the perspective of their collective humanitarian act, it endangered their lives because 4 tourists were among those who hurriedly entered the hotel, which led to the worst possible outcome. To ensure that everyone is informed of what is happening and is aware of the situation, I also thought that warning alarms should be installed in every area of the hotel. So I believe that appropriate implementation of hotel security and operation should occasionally be improved. And as a student of BSHM, even if mistakes may occur, there will always be opportunities for growth in the years to come. So the lessons may have been learned, but the lessons haven't healed. The horrors are still fresh in the minds of those who bore the brunt and those who watched from afar. A closure is nowhere in sight for the survivors and the families of the victims. More than a decade on, a reenactment of the 26/11 terror attack on Mumbai hits multiplexes across India. And that's all, and thank you and God bless.